video. Right, I just got gas, and I'm literally holding up the dead. There's a hearse and an entourage behind, and now there's people crossing the crossing, so I'm stuck. And I'm scared just in case my belt starts squealing, and then and I'm upsetting the mourners even more because I got a squealy belt on the car. Well, so it's one of the pulleys on the accessory belt is squealing. Right, okay. There's entourage of funeral vehicles behind. Don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake. Don't break down now and then cause a problem. Right, that person's going to cross. Oh, they're coming this way, you know. Things happen. Right. Come on, focus. We're going to do a nice video. Right, I was going to go get some to eat for one stop, wasn't I? Because I just got gas, and I was going to get food in the co-op, the gas station. But if I got food in the gas station, it means I'm holding up people who are paying for gas, because I don't like it when people are buying loads of things in front of me when I just want to pay for gas and get out of there. So I didn't get anything there, so I'm going to come down. I've got a coffee on me. I'm going to grab a snack, and then right, I lost the entourage. Is that the right word? Entourage? It's like a group of vehicles like following like the hearse. I don't want to cause any more problems. Right, I'm going to Morrison's, not one stop now. Look at the traffic. Actually, maybe it's probably better to go to one. And the reason I'm going to Morrison's is because it might be cheaper. It might be cheaper than one stop. There's a Outlander PHEV there, and I'm sure that car has been here lots of times. It stops in the same spot. Right, I wasn't intending to come to Morrison's, but now I'm in Morrison's, and it's a little bit cheaper, hopefully, than one stop. And I got my reward card, the rewards card. Well, it doesn't give you many rewards. It doesn't give you much at all, but it sometimes gives you money off. So there's a chance of me getting money off on a thing. I've got a coffee on me, so I don't need to buy a coffee. So do I get a snack, or do I get? Because I'm going in the loud, I'm going to put these in because it's loud. Be back later. I have. It costs $3.75, so I've got wraps. I got a meal deal and some pretzel, and I got another coffee. The thing is, I'd already brought a coffee because I already had a coffee. So I've got two coffees. So now I've got another one, and I've got another one already in the fridge at home. So I've got piles of coffee. But it's a better deal. I mean, if I get it as part of a meal deal, you save money on it. I only wanted something small to eat, but if I went out and bought something else, and I wanted to try and cut down on the sugars. So, all right, let's get down to somewhere and have a chat. Right, there you go. See how my mind is wandering, and I'd forgotten recording. Well, there's an Audi actually charging down here, an e-tron. Such an aggressive name of a vehicle. It's the first time I've seen electric vehicles there before, but they're usually not charging because you need to really you've got to mess around with stupid apps in order to get charging by there. Go on, Duke, you've got enough time, you've got enough space to reverse in there. Yeah, there's another new Octavia there. The new Octavia, it does look good, but I just prefer the older ones because I think they would be a better driving vehicle. Yeah, this car terrace, since they put parking charges down here and then removed the parking charges, suddenly it's really popular. I think people realised that it was a resource they weren't using, and they missed the car terrace. And having the ability to use the car terrace taken away from them, suddenly everyone's down here when the council has temporarily taken away the parking charges, and suddenly everyone's down here. The rumour is they're going to reintroduce parking charges but have the first hour free. Big Lexus. I'm seeing big Lexuses all over the place lately. Oh, if I see the driver, the driver's sat in there. I can just say, that's a lovely car. That's really lovely. Yeah. I've had renewed hope about getting my job back in February, but of course there's still no guarantee. And of course, first thing I've got to do is buy a bigger car again. So, because if anyone knows me from the other channels and that, I really need a bigger car. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of the Paseo. The Paseo is mine. It's my project car. But now it's the only car in the family. It's doing a lot of work. I was looking at Jag because twice I've been offered Jag X350s, and I really like them. But this Lexus I'm parked to is really nice. The big Lexuses. 600H or something. I don't know what this one is because I don't know what they are. I know the little front wheel drive one is was it an IS? No, it's an ES at the moment. It's got ES, IS. You used to have a GS, then you got and an LS, and now and the big one is 600H. That's the engine, because that's the 600H I believe is the V8 hybrid, and 300H is the V6 hybrid, isn't it? And isn't there straightforward? You've got the CT, which was the straightforward hybrid, and that was the front wheel drive. I believe the CT uses the same engine drivetrain as Prius Plus. I'm talking about cars no one cares. The Paseo fits well within the outline of it. It's a much bigger vehicle. Anyway, we're here to have some noms. There's no coffee. Yeah, I know. Sam said that when he was trying to describe like a Boston accent or something, wasn't he? A different Sam, because I know two Sams, lots of Sams. Yeah, I still think of that when sometimes when I pick up a coffee, and this coffee's dented. When he said coffee, he spelled it with like a W in it. Coffee. Have something to eat and open my coffee, and I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, vans come and parked right beside me, and they're parked perpendicular across the parking bays, and their lights are on, and the person's got out and walked around the back, and they've left the lights on. And it's quite irritating. But then it's side lit, so now I look warm and I'm in a cool background. So I guess that's interesting. Yeah, I've had my wraps now, and I almost dropped it all over. They had full of sauce inside, and let's open a coffee. Slightly dented, because I know I've got 3 of these now. Alright, do not shake. Let's put the blowers back on. It's cold, that's why. There's 2 vans down there parked perpendicular as well. There's one of the vans. But anyway, I'm side lit, and no, that might be a way. It might be an interesting thing if I can get another LED. I should have my hands on the camera, shouldn't I? If I can get another LED USB powered thing, I can have a warm light one like down here, and then a cool light one down there over there, and then highlight the car in like a cool light, and me in a warm light. See, is that good thinking? I mean, I've got to get the USB. I mean, you can get battery powered ones which are USB charged, I suppose. Oh, my hands are itchy. My hands are really itchy because my hands are really bad. Of course, the camera makes does complimentary filters and that. I put cream on. I've still been putting cream on one hand and not on the other, and they don't really look identical. They still look identical. Hands are okay at the moment. It's a bit itchy, but last night it gets painful when it's cold in the night in my house. It gets a bit painful. my parents, both my parents, all got cracked and just the sort of skin and just all cracks and. My hands were just better before. They just got dry. I mean, I used to have a big sores around here because when I was working and cleaning, I used to have sores from just from manual work, just around the inside of your hand, just using tools, manual work. I mean, I'm glad there's something I don't have right now. 10 and a half years in a job that, even though I was working there, every single shift just got me more and more in debt. I couldn't afford to live. And it was terrible on my health and terrible on my hands. But now my hands just naturally crack anyway in the cold weather. This is just part of getting old. Maybe I just need to use the cream more often. You know, I was experimenting with that retinol cream. It looks, when you press it on, it looks really good. Suddenly your hands go magically great. But when you wash your hands and that, and then just using the toilets. Right. No one's interested. I got my short glasses on, so I can't see what's going on out there. I keep convinced I'm going to see a whale or something really, really cool going past. No, picking up my hands, picking up these spots on my hands. I know I could go for a walk, I need the exercise, but doing that, I know it's cold out, it's cold outside. Right, have another coffee. Yeah, no, I was going to criticise this person with the lights on there, but actually, I'm just looking at the video, and I wish I can see it when I got my glasses on. The lighting looks okay, doesn't it? The lighting looks okay. Yeah. So maybe a warm light down there and a cool light behind me highlighting the car. I'm still thinking of lighting. Lighting is good. Lighting's good to think about, but I do need more lights, don't I? I do need more lights. And I was going to put tinsel in the back of the car, and I didn't do that, did I? See, I've got to show my hands on screen more. I know, but my hands are just itchy at the moment, because it's a bit cold. I'm just holding them down there. I'm meant to be talking about my talk notes. My talk notes are plans for 2026, and that's what I was supposed to be doing today. Okay, car talk scripts. Oh wait, this guy in the van's going now. As soon as I get into the main content of the video, the guy in the van disappears. So he's in the driving seat. Is he going to go? I mean, he annoyed me when they pulled up, but now I quite like the lighting. Yeah, he's going to disappear now. Alright, the lighting's going to get crap. I do have the lights down there. Oh, wait. It's a bus. And he's got loads of passengers. He's got passengers on board. Cleese Kincoid care home. Right, okay. I thought it was like a camper or something, but of course I only saw it front on. The lighting's not too bad now, but I mean, it was highlighting the side. I mean, I've still got my LED lights down here. I could. There we go. All right, so we've still got a bit of lighting, and it's pulling 200 milliamps now. Right. 2026. These are my intentions. I cannot make predictions about politics or investments. I do have opinions on those things, but this is not the platform for those opinions. This things I've just written. So I've got car talk scripts, and this is my 2026 plans and predictions. So I've got a couple of categories and just some of my thoughts and feelings for some of these categories. The first category is health. I will exercise some more. I want to do a photography walks again, although Microsoft abandoning the OS maps. Right. Yeah. So I need to work on my health again. So that means doing more walks, and I'll still continue my diet, but I have to be more strict with my diet. more strict. I haven't been strict lately. I mean, I do allow myself a month off of my diet in December, but previously I wasn't really, like the last half of this year. I haven't really concentrated too much on my diet. Yeah. So, and I want to do walks again. I used to do photography trips, and I used to do long walks from a photography trips, carrying my camera bag and going on long walks. I'd like to do that again, but I used to plan the photography trips by looking at Ordnance Survey maps and then looking at where the rights of way are. Bing Maps was brilliant for this because they had the Ordnance Survey maps. The Ordnance Survey maps, these detailed maps we have in the UK, I believe they're originally military, and we've been making them for 150 years, more than 150 years. And they're extremely detailed. And there was an act of Parliament passed in 1970s, that allowed rights of way, and they opened up footpaths across private land and across moorland and things like that. So, and they're all marked out on these Ordnance Survey maps, the rights of way. So they were great for the photography trips, because I could plan photography trips to really awkward places, or places on mountainsides, because I used to research the old farms and cottages. And so I'd go straight to I'd research the location of the farm and cottage. I'd go to the Ordnance Survey map and I'll find, that route goes there, that route goes there, I can walk over there, and then the landowners actually by law, have to keep these rights of way open and free for people to walk across. They don't always do that. The problem is now, Bing has the license to. You've got the Ordnance Survey as well, which they have their own features on their maps, and you've got to pay a bunch of money every year to use that, or you can buy the paper maps. And I've got some of the paper maps, but the paper maps are, because they're updated. These maps are constantly updated. Yeah, the Ordnance Survey is a big organisation, and it's like USGS, and for like 10 years now, more than 10 years. Yeah, but maybe, I don't know, 10 years or so. Microsoft have paid this license to the Ordnance Survey maps to have their maps on their mapping service. So although I've got a lot of my locations and things on Google, I mean, I've got a bloody Android phone, so I'm in the Google ecosystem and use Google Maps on here. When it comes to actually planning routes, I have to go to Bing Maps, and Bing Maps is really not that bad at all. Not that bad. It's just the locations I don't keep on there. But when it comes to actually using the maps to planning these trips, it's absolutely indispensable, because I go straight to the Ordnance Survey map. You can see things in a lot of detail. There's like all the names of the bays and coves and cliffs or everything. All that is on there. Ordnance Survey maps are absolutely amazing. But last month, Microsoft said, we're not paying this anymore. We're not going to bother to have the Ordnance Survey maps. I don't know. It's because I don't know how many people even knew about it, because it's something we only have in the UK. And it's gone. There is no other resource for the Ordnance Survey maps apart from paying a bunch of money to the Ordnance Survey themselves and using their maps, which means spending a bunch of that money. So my walks are going to be more awkward to plan, and it also means I might not be able to do any photography trips that I would like to do, because I used to research farms and cottages, and I used to go there and photograph the old farms and cottages, the ruined farms and cottages. So it's suddenly going to be a lot more awkward to do that. And I don't use the facility enough to justify sending a bunch of money to Ordnance Survey. No, it's good when Bing did it, and I could just go straight to Bing Maps. I could cross-reference. I've got the two monitors, and I'll cross-reference the locations, and oh, it's there, that's there. Now, the old Ordnance Survey maps are available on on the internet, on the Libraries of Scotland website. Problem is, those are like 50, 100 years old maps. Those are still there. But of course, you've got to cross-reference to the new maps. The post-1970 maps, you need to know the rights of way. And the rights of way change. Land changes and things changes, and parking spots and roads change. Roads are built, roads are gone out of use. So you need to cross-reference with the modern map. Microsoft has been pissing off a lot of people in a lot of ways. Let's not get into that right now. I've got another section later down for tech. But this section is meant to be about health, because, of course, walking. I mean, I could walk along here on the car terrace. A lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people walk past. But it's too cold right now. I'm only a fair weather walker. It's too cold. It's too windy. I mean, I could do, but not right now. Or maybe I could just push myself to do it. But I think one of the things holding me back is my hands are painful at the moment. I will control my diet again. I need to be more strict with my diet. I need to stop eating so much. But I mean, that's one of my stress responses. One of my stress responses is to eat. I believe Limeric's stress response is to not eat. That's how she stays slim. Whereas I'm the opposite. I struggle to stay slim. No, I used to be much, much bigger than what I am now. When I've got my white top on, you can see how big I am. Look in the sewing videos I did. You can see how fat I am. But then I can't really say that. I mean, I know people who are much bigger, so, and I know people who struggled with their weight far more than me. So I don't want to minimise their efforts, and they've put in far more effort than me as well. So I don't want to minimise their efforts either. Yeah, so I will continue my health spreadsheets. So I've got health spreadsheets, and I keep a spreadsheet of my weight, but I don't do that very often. I have pills I take, like fexofenadine, which is the antihistamines, and I occasionally take a paracetamol. So you've got esomeprazole, lansoprazole, things I may need, stomach tablets, like control stomach acid. So I've got a spreadsheet of when I take them, but I don't like taking pills as such. So what I do is I try to make sure there's a decent length of time, even more time, like 1.5, 2 days, depending on if I need it or not. I don't like taking anything like that. Just don't like it. I just don't like the Here's me drinking coffee though. Isn't coffee like a thing? Anyway. But I record it. I record all that data now, so that data's good. That data's good to keep. It could be good. You never know when it might be needed for medical reasons. Also, I've started keeping a poop diary. So this is when I go to toilet, but I only want to go to number twos, not when I do number ones. No, when I go to toilet, so I've been recording the number twos, but I say recording the number twos, I'm not like weighing it and consistency and getting the, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my hands, not touching it. No, I'm just recording the date, the time, and I've got this column for satisfaction, but I haven't been filling it out because I used to do a mental thing, like give a percentage of how satisfying that was to have a poop. But I haven't been filling that on the spreadsheet because I just haven't been thinking about it. And the next column is notes. So the notes are just things like, oh, it's a bit watery. There's not much this time. And that was it. That's it. Most of them are just blank. But the important thing is date and time. Oh, I've also got location as well. It just says our house or mum's house. That's all it's got on there at the moment. There's nothing else. No other. I haven't pooped anywhere else. It's not going to say underwear one day. No, it's not. It's not going to say. It's not going to say that. Right. Right. Where were we? It's starting to get cold in here. I might put the blowers on again. I've almost finished my coffee. I enjoyed that coffee, and I've started talking now. So yeah, that's health. That's health. So I'll continue with those spreadsheets as well, because really useful data. It's really useful data. So there's someone who I like there's two people I like who are going into medical careers. I wonder if, the data's, if they contact me, the data is free for them to use. I'll give them viewing access to the spreadsheet. Yeah. So I'll just keep that, and it might be good for their studies. Let me turn the engine on because it's getting cold in here. Work and career. Work and career. Right, get income again. I need to get an income again. I've talked with someone else who I used to work with, and they have confirmed they are really short-staffed there. They're struggling there, and they want me back. And I want to come back. Who knows whether I can even get the job back, because there's someone or something stopping me, because I've already applied for numerous jobs there, and I can't. I got to try again and get my job back. I still haven't done the video to explain everything that's happened in 2 years of my life that caused me to lose everything again. Lose my career and lose my job, but I got to get my job back. So I've got to get my job back. And that's a possibility in February, but we don't know yet. We know there's someone or something stopping me get the job back. I can't go into detail right now, but there is a thing. There is a thing there. So, the alternative is find another career. So I'm working with another organisation now that I was supposed to be working with since October, but they let me down, and only when I made a complaint a couple of weeks ago that I started getting some traction, some response. So I got another meeting with them in January. I do have the counterbalance license, so admittedly with the counterbalance license I could probably walk into any warehousing job. I don't enjoy that sort of work. When I was doing the qualification, when I was getting the license, I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it at all. I wasn't happy. So it's put me off getting that. But it is a whole career where I can literally. Is that the right use of the word literally? I don't think it is, because I think literally is meant to be as it is written. But I could walk into warehousing jobs, say, because I had interviewed at warehousing jobs before, and they always ask, have you got a counterbalance license? Have you got a forklift license? Have you got an electric vehicle license? I could do that. I could do that just to get my money up, but the thing is, then I'm dedicating myself. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the people there. I did not like it. I wasn't happy. 16:04. I wanted to be back by 3:30. Oh, I didn't do the date and time, did I? I didn't do the date and time earlier. It's like 16:08. 16:04, 16:08 on 29th of December. No, I should do that at the beginning of every video, and I didn't do that at the beginning of this one. So that's work and career. Oh, and I've got working extra hours to rebuild my savings. So when I go back to work, I am going to have to force myself to do extra hours, because I used to work part-time and bring myself part-time because I can't, because of my health issues, mental health issues. I can only take so much, and I don't want to go into meltdown again. And it's what caused me problems when the job I was in for 10 years. So I used to control the amount of hours I did. 25 to 30 hours was brilliant. I could save, I could do everything, I needed, and I would have a job, a career, and I really enjoyed it. You can see that there. See that there? That's light coming through my glasses, isn't it? From the ring light. Oh, right. Anyway, it's not important. Yeah, I got to do those extra hours, and then just to rebuild my savings, just to rebuild my savings just a little bit. So, of course, I need to take my mother on a holiday to Tasmania, if at all possible, because my mother has got relatives she speaks to out there. My mother's disabled and they're extremely ill. I don't want to say too much about that, but I need to take my mother. I would like my mother to go at least meet her relatives before anything happens. The problem is, they're in Tasmania. They're not just in Hobart though, they're well up in the north, in the bush in Tasmania. You couldn't get any further away. So that's going to cost me a bunch of money to get my mother, who hasn't got any money at all, from here to Tasmania. So I need money to do that. And it's something I'd like to do. I think I've talked to my mother, and I think the attitude of my mother is I don't have to do it, but it's something I would like to do. I worked out the minimum it would cost around is about £4,500. So we're talking about, say, £5,000 to £6,000 to do it all, just to make sure we've got excess money, which is, it's good. I may have to build up money for a year. Of course, I've got to get another car. I need a bigger car in order to just transport my parents around. But then, I was talking earlier about a Lexus. No, it's probably a bit overkill for a Lexus. I just need a normal car. I would love, to be honest. My old car was an RVR Space Runner, and it was lovely. I would love to have one of them again. But they're so rare now. They're so rare. Yeah, I miss having the big car, the big greenhouse on wheels with the sliding door and the reclining rear seats, and the seats in the back, which is higher than the front, and so I could, like, when I'm sat here at the beach, I could have passengers and we'd all see out the windows. So that's work and career. Of course, another thing about the career is some of my YouTube channel, because I'm tempted to make another YouTube channel, and that's a thing that could take off as well. I mean, it's entirely possible. I'm not doing this to make money. I don't think it will. I've had my other YouTube channel for, 13, 14 years? Yeah, because I had it before I got this car, and I've had this car for 13 years. I mean, they have potential of making money. So, we have, stop saying so. After work and career, we've got transport. Right, I was just talking about that. Get some work done on the Paseo. It's starting to have bodywork at the back. There's actual structural bodywork. The rust is starting to eat in, and that has got to be fixed because it'll be terminal. And I've got to keep the Paseo on the road. It means a lot to me. So this car means so much to me, and I just don't have the money at the moment. So obviously, I need money for that. And if I get, it all says if I get an income, I can try and get a bigger car to help my disabled parents. So I need access to a bigger car. To be honest, there's a lovely Mark I Prius on Auto Trader at the moment, and that would be perfect. The Mark I Prius, it's a lovely car. It's big enough. It's cheaper to tax on the shore than this, I believe. The only problem with that is got the nickel metal hydride engines, batteries. And of course, the CVT in the Prius is actually a planetary gear set CVT rather than a rubber belt CVT. The rubber belt CVTs are bloody awful. I just don't like the idea of them. But I mean, that's another car like the Honda Civic Hybrid. They got the rubber band CVT, but they are nice, they're cheap, and they're readily available and don't have bloody ADAS. And those two cars are good enough. Good enough to transport the parents around, and they're going to be cheap enough. That's all I need. Yeah, Mark I Prius. I would like a Mark I Prius. I mean, Johnny Smith has got the Insight, the first generation Insight hybrid. It's got 300,000 miles on it, over 300,000 miles on it, and he's done something to the batteries or something to improve them or replace them. So it's got to be something like that with the Mark I Prius. There's got to be something like that as well. mean, there's a few other cars on the list as well, which we can talk about. But that's something that then it matters. It matters. But I need something that's a bit taller. The problem with the Paseo, it's a bit low. It's a bit low. And that's where the problem is. Though the doors are nice and wide, because it's only a 2-door car, it's very low and struggles to get in, and people smack their head on there. My parents have both got their sticks, and they smack their sticks on the side of the car. And I need something that's a bit bigger, a bit taller. You know, a lot of people in the car enthusiast community say criticise SUVs, and yet, no, a lot of people, it's easier to get in and out of the SUVs. And okay, technology, technoleg. I intend to use my phones less. So I've got that phone, this phone, and I've got a phone on my desk. The phone on my desk is my old phone, which I use for. It's just really. All I use it for is it's got my banking app on it. And when I didn't have any other phones, I used it as an emergency one for reasons which I'm not going to go into. And there was a time when it had been retired from my being my only phone, and then it came back as my only phone because reasons. I got this phone. I do have another phone that I'm not going to touch right now, and I have that one. That one is donated to my mum's old phone, which I'm using as a camera phone. Yeah, it's a camera phone I'm using as just a camera. So I've disabled all the apps on that and got everything off it, and just using this one. I'm just using as a camera in the car, so I can see myself, and it's good enough. It's a Samsung A71, but when I'm say use phones less is, I think I'll still use that as a camera, but I need to. I'll just use them as cameras, and I don't want to do so much social media because I do a lot of scroll. People talk about doom scrolling, but I have a constant pull to. I'm sure normal people understand, don't they? People understand these days. Oh, there's another van that's going to park next. No, they just driving around. Okay, right. Yeah, people understand. I got a pull to just go on social media. It's like and check certain accounts and check if there's any replies. No, I don't need to do this. I don't need to check like every hour, like I have been for a couple of years, several years. A number of years. You got different platforms, different social media platforms. I don't need to check them as much as I used to. I don't need to. Yeah, so I got to stop checking social media as much. So intend to use the phones less. Right? Also, the way things are going in this country, you've got privacy concerns as well as using your phones as cameras. So I'd like to get a proper camera, to do more videos and take more pictures and stop using the phone so much as cameras. I'll still use this one as a camera because it's useful, because it's so useful. Although it does pop and crackle with the sound sometimes. Apparently that's a conflict between the image stabilizing and the sound recording is a known issue with the Samsung A71. This one doesn't have that problem, but the cameras seem to be less versatile. They're not quite as wide, but they are much higher quality on this one. No, this is my everyday phone. I'll still carry them around, but I'd like to get a small compact camera again. My it's Canon XE30S, which I bought in 2010. It has finally got a problem. It's the little yellow XE. It's been to Nihon with me twice. It's been on various holidays. I've taken it around the country. My little yellow XE, it's got a problem this year where the shutter doesn't open. You gotta when you turn it on, you got to tap the shutter a couple of times and then it opens, because it's got this little like spring-loaded shutter. So I think it's finally end of life for that. I mean, I like it. I like that little camera. I've done a lot with it. But I think it's time to get another camera. Get another compact camera. I've always had the desire for a black and white camera. You know, a proper black and white with a black and white sensor. And when I mean a black and white, I mean a monochrome sensor. I don't like the idea of taking a Bayer filtered sensor, digital camera sensor, and then converting it to black and white. I just don't think it looks as good, because with the Bayer filtered camera sensor, the actual resolution you get out of almost all digital cameras is only a quarter of what you're actually seeing. This is because every other pixel is recording a different color, and you have to blur the colors slightly in each color, and there's lots of algorithms and certain sharpening algorithms. So every digital image you see, every color digital image you see, has gone through that algorithm. Almost every. I mean, there are other really expensive cameras that don't do this. That's just, you know, an expense that's beyond me, unfathomable expense. So I've always had a desire for a proper monochrome camera. And it's only really Leica. I believe the Pentax did one, and Ricoh are going to be launching one next year. That is a sensor without the Bayer filter, but sometimes they also don't put the aliasing filter as well, which also blurs the image and actually lowers the quality slightly, and you have to add more sharpening as a default when processing the image in order to get rid of jaggies and things. And they don't. A proper monochrome sensor doesn't need those extra filters, so it's far more sensitive, but it only records black and white. It only records grayscales. So I've always had a desire for a grayscale camera, and Ricoh have got a version of their GR4 coming out in the spring that has one of these monochrome sensors. I want that camera. It would be a good. So I'm killing. I don't like the term killing two birds with one stone, because it means harming birds. I don't like harming birds, but it means I got two things I want out of camera. I got another compact camera it will do video as well, and I've got the monochrome sensor I can play with. I really had a desire for a monochrome sensor. It just means I'll be having black and white videos if I use it for videos. I mean, it'd be like film noir or something, and that's when lighting will be far more important. That's when lighting will be more important. And you can, though you got the cool light and warm light, you can actually use that to change contrast. And well, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good to experiment with, wouldn't it? That would be good to experiment, because maybe I can mount it further over in the car or something, or somewhere else. Maybe I could do. I don't know. It's worth experimenting with. Problem is, those monochrome sensor cameras. I mean, the Ricoh GR cameras are not cheap at all. They're not cheap at all. Although the GR monochrome will have physically less in it, because it won't have the Bayer filters, won't have the anti-aliasing filter, it'll be more expensive because less people are likely to buy it. I gotta move the light up here, don't I? There we go. That's a bit better. There you go. Because I noticed that it's doing shadows by there, and it makes me look angry. See, lighting. You got to pay attention to lighting. So that doesn't fit particularly well on there, does it? That'll do. It's only just balanced on. It could cost £2,000 for that camera. So it's probably way out my price range, and I'm probably stuck with using old phones. But it's something to think about, depending on whether I get an income. So, what else with tech? So, my computer upgrades are out the flipping window, and they were the cost of everything. Because if I'd stayed in work and my life hadn't been destroyed, I'm using the word literally again. But if my life hadn't been destroyed, within a few months of that, I was planning to do a couple of upgrades on the computer, so I can still keep using my operating system for a while. And those upgrades is I was going to do a RAM upgrade. It needs to be faster RAM and higher and a large capacity. So I got 32 gigabytes, 3466 at CAS 16 at the moment on my machine, and in this country, it's really hard to get fast RAM and higher capacity RAM. In the States, you have far more options. There's a thing. If you go to Newegg, for instance, and you go to European Newegg, you can see all the RAM options. You don't have much RAM options. This has been like this for 30 years. The time I've been making computers. Yeah, you go to the US site, there'll be pages and pages of RAM options, and they'll all be faster. They'll have faster speeds, like they'll have 3800 RAM, and they'll all be like CAS 14 or whatever. And it's been the same. It's been the same for more than 30 years. In the States, you just get more RAM options. So I've already probably got the fastest RAM I can get in this country anyway. Although there have occasionally been faster sets, they were all, even before this AI, I was going to say an insulting word then, stuff had happened. I mean, even I chat with ChatGPT and that, but no, I don't like the idea of just the way it's affected tech prices. Micron stopping selling to consumers and that. So I was intending to upgrade the RAM. That's not going to happen now. Because the prices have just gone ridiculous. So I'm not going to bother. And I was going to upgrade the CPU because when I rebuilt my machine, 6 years February. Wow, 6 years February, was it? 2020, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, 6 years February since I rebuilt my machine. My processor is the 3950X, the 16-core, 32-thread processor. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It churns through everything. It's lovely, but I wanted to just get what's the absolute best I can get in order to maximize the life of the computer. So I wanted to go change to the 5950 because that'll be the fastest processor that's physically able to go into my motherboard, even though that processor wasn't out when I got my motherboard. It is now, and it's physically fast. So I just wanted to upgrade the processor and CPU, so I got something that'll last me a good few years. So I don't have to worry because I don't want to. That's not like the past where I used to try to upgrade the computer at the cost. What's more important to me is upgrading the hard drives. I generate a lot of content. I do a lot of videos. I got my Photoshop work and the photographs I'll take a lot of photographs and it does. Its resolutions climb. It starts eating up all the space, and I want access to it as well. And I've got a bunch of USB drives I use as backups, which I'm not using as much as I should. So I'd like to get some more USB drives. USB plugged in hard drives. I mean, I'd love to build a NAS, but that's just going to be prohibitively expensive. So, but all that is out the window now because the prices of computer hardware are so high now. And without me earning a spectacular amount of money to doing the other things, I just can't do it. So my computer is going to have to last as it is. It's going to have to last as it is. I'm not going to upgrade it. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's good enough, at least for a few years. As for Windows 11, let's not talk about that. I don't know. I've still got a year of updates. I did sign up for the extra year of updates, so I've got that until September, October 2026. That's just security updates, though, not feature updates. But the machine is fine for me. The machine is fine. It's fine. It does what I want. I will make a decision later in the year, depending on what my income is like. And I've written down here about stop scrolling on all platforms, less gaming, less podcasts. Because what I've done for the past year, the last 2 years, since my life was destroyed, I suddenly had my income and everything taken away. I spent far more time at home, so I started listening to podcasts and playing games every night. And I've been I've been live streaming a lot lately on other platforms, and I spend a lot of times. I do like 3 hours a night, average 3.5 hours a night, streaming a game, talking occasionally, listening to podcasts, and I've been done that all year. I've got to cut down on that. I don't need to do this anymore. I need to work on my projects. They are more important. My video projects like this is more important. It's more important because this has the potential to make me a career. It's not why I'm doing these videos, but it has the potential there. So I have to do that. They're probably going to close the gate up there, but I can still get out on the left-hand side. Yeah, with the car terrace, you can get out, but they close the gate and you can't get in at certain times of night. But you can still get out because they got a one-way thing where they got these speed bumps that prevent you going in, because they've got these little spring things on, so you can go over the speed bump, but you can't come back. Looks like I'm going to be going out that way. Right, it's 20 to 5, right. I aim to be out here by 5 anyway. Right, YouTube. I'm getting a lot of self-therapy out of this channel. I enjoy doing these videos. I've been doing these videos now for more than a year, because I started doing them for Facebook. I started doing them for family and friends, and I made this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel wasn't just me talking. I want to launch my own campaigns about loneliness and limerence. I would like to raise awareness of loneliness and limerence. There's a lot of people talking about loneliness, but I don't think they're tackling the problem in the correct way. The people are just saying they're concerned, but when it actually comes down to it, they're not really concerned. Limerence is a big thing for me. Yeah, so this channel was for loneliness and limerence. So I'm still going to be carrying on with this channel because I do enjoy this channel. I do enjoy this channel. Yeah, I get a lot out of making these videos. I enjoy making these videos. They're not just me talking to camera. It's not just about me talking to camera. It's about me campaigning for loneliness and limerence and awareness of loneliness and limerence. I know other people talk about loneliness, but people who don't really experience it, or people think they experience it, they don't. Limerence is the big thing for me. Limerence dominates my life. It dominates my heart. So I'll keep doing this channel. I'm keeping doing this channel, and I'm so scared that I'm going to get criticism and bullying. It's all going to come back, and people are going to hurt me and want to put me down, and it's going to happen. It's just going to happen, isn't it? Because people don't understand. Unpopular people like me. We just attract the bullying. We just attract the bad people, I guess. So I'm going to carry on with it. This video is not to go on about that, is it? It's just a saying that I'm going to carry on with this channel. I'm still going to carry on with this channel. I'm not going to stop making videos for it, even if things go wrong, or even if things go bad for me. Even if I end up getting targeted, I'm not going to give up this channel. And also I've written here, even if no one watches. Even if no one watches, because I believe it's a resource that some of the things I want to talk about and some things I want to bring up in this channel I think is really important for society. And even if few people watch, it's still a resource worth having. So I'm still going to continue with my projects. I've released 2 documentary videos. I'm calling them documentary videos, but they're not really documentary videos. We need a better word than documentary videos. The question and answers where I got the characters, and I've got other ones planned. I still carry the characters around with me, the cutout characters, which you've seen a couple of videos ago. You might have seen where I've got the cutout characters, and I was explaining them in the car. So I've got a few more to make, and of those as well. And so I've got other videos like that to do. And I've got ones where I put the characters in a situation, and they'll ask questions in order to get people to think about their attitudes and their get people to question their unfair beliefs. So I got those videos. I got like 15, 16 of those videos now ready to do. I keep thinking of other ones, but I don't note them down in time. Yeah, so I've got those videos to do. Yeah, I've scripts for 15 videos to do far, so it says in my notes by here. So those are really, really important. I'd like to do what once I've got the microphone. I've got the microphone already. I just haven't opened it for, you know, like I explained in the other video about the dream I had. Like if I spent money on tech, it would take away a chance of my love and deliverance. Well, there's an activity. There's a task I need to do before I open the microphone. That's something I've just given myself as a challenge. So I've got the microphone already, and I can use that for voiceovers for these videos, and then that will allow me to accelerate the production of these videos. Okay. And that task sort of leads on to the next section, the last section. Then I've got the last subject on my list here. Limerence. Because I'm talking about 2026 now. But I need to do something. Make progress. Progress my loneliness. Being open, honest and vulnerable. That's what I am in these videos. I'm being open, honest and vulnerable, aren't I? So limerence. And I tend to work on and finish and publish my fiction book. I haven't been working on that since August. I haven't worked on my book at all since August, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't worked on. Maybe I did a little bit in September, October, but I have hardly worked on my book since then. I know I kept getting caught up. The last few sessions I was writing on my fiction book, I was caught up with just reading it again, because I'm really enjoying reading it through from the beginning. It's really good, and I really enjoy reading it, just reading my own book. And I spent so much time reading it, I'm not advancing the story any, so I've really got to move. I have actually got the story all the way to the end, although I've got it in 2 documents. I just need to rewrite it and do another rewrite before it's even going to become publishable. So I've got to get that done. I'd like to get that done. I would like to get that done sooner than later. But I've got so many projects to do, and I've got this work and career issue. I've got to find an income. Because I've written here now, I'm utterly frightened that she'll be taken away from me. She gives me a reason to live, even if she does not know it. And this is my reason for living. This is what's got me through the last 2 years when my life was destroyed again. Just thinking of her. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe nothing will happen. But I just want to do something. I don't know. Because I feel as if I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not worthy enough. I mean, no one's ever liked me. I don't know. But I'm scared to quote, put myself out there, or the progress happens when you start taking a risk and you make yourself vulnerable. But I've been let down and hurt so many times. Closing. Gentle resolve. And there's a lot of uncertainties. We don't know what's going to happen in next year. I mean, maybe the AI bubble will crash and all our investments will just disappear. Yeah, 1 year at a time. But the thing is, with this 1 year at a time thing, I'm not making progress. I'm still alone. I still have the same feelings and insecurities, fears. The same feelings when I was 4 years old and 5 years old, being hurt. They're still there. They're still with me. And we say taking each year one at a time, taking each day at a time, and dealing with the thoughts and feelings as they come in the day. But I'm not making progress. Nothing good happens. And when I try to better myself, really bad things happen to me, caused by other people, which caused me to lose my career again, caused me to lose my job, and caused me to lose my life again, and then people cause me problems. And like I said before, I can't walk downtown without people shouting insults at me. People I don't know, never met, and they just shout insults at me. And it just seems like another year of me struggling and getting nowhere. Small steps. But I will continue. Do another year, another 2026. But I will be more open. I will be more vulnerable. I will make these videos. I will start talking and try to be more active. Make active progress this year. No promises, just direction. I cannot give myself a New Year's resolution, something to achieve by the end of the year. I mean, a car, a camera, a holiday. These are all, I mean, the tangible things and measurable things. The tangible and measurable things, I mean, they're although it brings me joy and pleasure to have the camera and have the car and go on trips and go on holidays, I would like someone to love me back. For a long time, I've given myself a benchmark of birthdays and Christmas. It'll be next birthday, next Christmas. Someone would have said they like me back, want to get to know me better. But I've been doing that for a long time. A long time. I need to make progress. I think it was last year. I rolled the dice. And I asked the dice a question. And I said, how old will I be when I have a relationship? And I rolled the dice, and it came out, I rolled the 2 dice to get that out of 100. And it came out as the age I am now. Admittedly, it's just me making predictions with dice, magical dice. But now I became scared to roll the dice again, because I used the dice for all sorts of different things. I did have, on the other channel, I was rolling dice and making rolling dice videos, and they were okay. But I stopped doing them because of that, because I asked these questions. And it came out with the answers that I wanted. But of course, if there is any like supernatural influence over dice, you know, that it is the answer I wanted rather than truth or reality, isn't it? So you could argue that. You could also argue it's pure chance. Who knows? Who knows? I want to get to know her. Just to talk to her. Talk to her. Just walk along the river. That's all I can ask for. Just walking along the river, just hearing her hopes and dreams and her voice. What's she like? What's she feelings? What are her feelings? What are her thoughts? Just to hear that. That's all I can ever ask for. Maybe that's beyond me too. 2026. Let's go back home. Let's go back home. Okay, it's time to go. Time to go. I hope I haven't been boring people too much. So, is the light turned off thing again? I thought it worked well in the other video where I turned off the light and then. Okay, time to go. Good night.